Hey guys, this is your last week of ELA work for the school year. So if you are working on this, congratulations, you are almost finished. I am going to read through this the same way we've done with the rest of them. We are going to go over vocabulary. You're going to talk about what you know about George Washington Carver. And then you are going to write your prediction on day 1, okay? So, George Washington Carver, first keyword is plants, living things that are not animals and can make their own food. Peanuts, seeds of a plant that can be eaten. I'm sure you've had peanuts before. Studied, worked to learn. You do that all the time for science and social studies. You study something, and then you get it in your brain, and you've learned it. And awards, something given for great work. We have awards day all the time at the end of every 9 weeks. You guys know what that is. Okay, so what do you know about George Washington Carver? Do you know anything about him? Before I read this, I didn't remember much from when I was in school. So write your prediction about what you think this passage is about. I think this passage is about is your sentence starter. Write it down. Give you a second, pause the video. All right, now I'm going to read you the story. Day 2. Read the story, see if your prediction was correct, okay? Starting here. Do you like peanuts? Many things can be made with peanuts. Peanut butter is made with peanuts. Instant coffee, soap, and ink can be made with peanuts too. One man made more than 300 things with peanuts. His name was George Washington Carver. George was born in 1859. In those days, most African Americans could not go to college. George worked very hard. He earned his way through college. George liked plants. He always wanted to know about plants, so he studied plants in college. He learned many things about plants. He used what he learned to make new things from plants. He made flour and candy from sweet potatoes. He made gum from cotton stalks. George won many awards for his work. Okay, was your prediction correct? Were you right about what the story was about? Okay. Now day 3, you're going to reread that story. If you're doing it all at once and you want to reread it, just rewind in this video. If not, try to read it again if you're doing it on a different day, okay? Number 1, 4 questions. What is most of this story about? A, things made from peanuts. B, a man who studied about plants. C, the study of peanuts. Or D, making gum from cotton stalks. Which one of those 4 things is this story mostly about? All right, number 2, what did George study in college? A, peanuts. B, soap. C, plants. Or D, ink. Okay, circle your answer. Number 3, what does earned mean in this story? A, went. B, worked. C, studied. Or D, learned. Which one of those means earned? Circle your answer. Number 4, why did George win awards? A, he went to college. B, he liked peanut butter. C, he made new things from plants. Or D, he liked to study in college. Which one of those 4 is the reason that George won awards? And number 5, what things did George Washington Carver do that showed he was a hard worker? Okay, try to write your answers for those. And then this last part is retelling the story. That's for Thursday or day 4, whatever day you're working on this, okay? So hopefully you've paused it, got all the answers. All right, here you go. Write that story in your own words with all the important details. Once you got all that done, the last part, you're going to choose, you're either going to draw me a picture to illustrate the story, or you're going to create a bubble map about George Washington Carver. Now remember that bubble map looks like this. Circle in the middle. Put his name in there. And then you draw the little lines coming out from it. They have bubbles on the end of them. And then you write facts in those circles, okay? So you can draw me a picture or do the bubble map. You don't have to do both. I want you to make sure you've got all these answers correct. If you draw a picture, be sure to take a picture of it and send it to me, okay, guys? All right, I love you. Miss you.